If I told you that black farmers once owned about 16 million acres of land here in the United States, would you believe me? And if I told you that about 90% of that land is no longer in their possession, would you wonder why? Hi, my name's Amber, and I'm teaching a Black Homesteading 101 class. Welcome. I am a farmer here in upstate New York, and I raise livestock. All my livestock are rescued and sanctuary animals, but I've been homesteading and raising livestock for about 7 years now, all by accident. And we can get into that later, but we're going to talk about the history of Black homesteading here in America. Let's learn some stuff. So let's rewind. After the Civil War, land was everything. Land meant wealth, land meant independence, and land meant survival. But land ownership in America has never been fair. European settlers stole land from indigenous nations through violence. Later, policies made sure black people had the hardest time owning land. But still, black folks found ways to acquire land through government programs, direct purchases, and mutual aid communities. The Homestead Act of 1862 gave land to people who could work it, but black Americans were initially excluded because they weren't considered citizens. In 1866, after the Civil War, Congress passed the Southern Homestead Act. This was supposed to help freed black families get land, but it didn't work as planned. This law only applied to public land in 5 southern states: Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Florida. But racist policies and intimidation stopped black families from actually getting the land. By 1876, the law was repealed, and white settlers took most of the land black people were promised. Even with these barriers, black land ownership grew. By 1910, black farmers owned over 14 million acres. Many formed thriving, self-sufficient communities like the Nicodemus in Kansas and the Blackdom in New Mexico, as well as many others. These weren't just farms, they were hubs of black independence, proof that despite everything, we could build wealth and stability. But the systems fought back. Black landowners were targeted by racist violence and economic sabotage. The Ku Klux Klan and other groups terrorized black communities, forcing families off their land. Black farmers were also trapped in unfair systems like sharecropping and debt peonage. Local banks denied them loans while courts used legal loopholes to strip them of their land. If a black landowner fell into debt, even unfair debt, their land could be taken away. And let's not forget Jim Crow laws. These laws kept black people from voting, meaning they could not pass laws to protect their land. Communities that managed to build wealth were often violently destroyed. Rosewood, Florida, and Tulsa's Black Wall Street are just 2 examples of thriving black towns that were burned down by white mobs. This wasn't just racist violence, it was economic warfare. Even in the 20th century, the U.S. government played a role. The USDA, the agency meant to help farmers, denied black farmers loans and resources for decades. This discrimination was so bad that in 1999, black farmers sued the government in Pigford versus Glickman, winning a historic $1 billion settlement. But by then, the damage has already been done. By 1920, there were nearly 1 million black farmers, but by 1997, there were only 18,000. The decline was not accidental. Errors, property laws, predatory lending, and discriminatory policies all played a huge role. Many families lost their land simply because they didn't have clear legal titles, something that white landowners were likely less to face. Same time, millions of black Americans moved to cities for jobs, leaving farmland behind. This great migration reshaped black America, but it also made it easier for our land to be taken. So where does this leave us today? Black farmers still own less than 1% of rural land in America. But listen, we're fighting back. Groups like the Federation of Southern Cooperatives and Where Is My Land are helping black families reclaim stolen land. Others, like the National Black Farmers Association, are pushing for fair policies and resources. So this isn't just history, this is ongoing, this is current. So we want to make sure we're supporting Black organizations, we're supporting Black farmers, we're supporting Black folks in agriculture, we're learning our history, we're teaching other people our history, and so on and so forth. Because we learn from each other, from each other's stories. Maybe you guys have Black farmers in your history. Let me know down in the comments. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share, and engage. And I'll see you guys in the next class.